Hello to everyone. In this lesson, we are going to implement user registration as an anonymous user, okay? So first of all, as you can see, we have an anonymous entity in here, which is non-persistent, and we have attributes in here. But in order to register our users to our Mendix application, we need to store them in account entity. And what I want to do is, I want to add new attributes to my account entity from anonymous entity, which is here. Let me close the other ones and open the administration domain model here, which is under marketplace modules. And let me start. Okay, we need, for example, username, but username will be the name, which is actually stays in the system user entity. We are inheriting the account entity from system user because system user is a special entity which is used by the Mendix internals. So we are inheriting the system user entity and we are able to access all the attributes in the system user entity from account entity. Okay. So let me go to system module in here. As you can see, we have a system user here entity and it has name here. Okay, password as a hashed string, last login, and etc. We don't touch this entity. Okay, so that's why we are inheriting the account entity. So I will match username with the name attribute of the system user entity. We are going to access that entity from account entity, which is easy, and the password too. We are going to be able to access password too. We don't need to add that. And we have mail here. We can add the mail to here. For example, mail is a string. We can say okay, then okay again. And we have a birth date here. We can add a birth date as a date and time, and click OK, and again OK. And I will add a gender. Let me add a gender, which will be an enumeration in the anonymous module here, enum gender, and click OK. OK again. And we have a surname here. Let me add the surname too. Okay, surname, and we can add name too. It's okay, no problem. Name. So we have okay, name is already in use because of it is in the system user. Okay, so we need to write, for example, first name will be okay. First name, we can say first name, and we can click OK. So what we should do is check, do we have enough permission to access these new fields? No, so we should give access for these attributes, right? For each of them. For administrator, I give read and write, all of them. And for user, it's all read. Let me check that one too. I don't remember what this user actually doing, so I will not touch that one for now. If we get an error, we can adjust it too. Okay, let me check here again. Is local user okay? Let me say okay then, and please Control save and close it and save this one too. So as you remember, we have used a nanoflow inside of our data view as a data source. So I choose a nanoflow because it is using this data view using a non-persistent entity. We are going to do some validation on here on the front end. So no need to use a microflow here. If I add a validation to here, for example, in the microflow, it will run in Mendix runtime, and after we get a response, then it will show the validations. So no need for this. We can handle the validations in the front end, in the client side. Okay. First of all, let me continue with a creation of the register microflow. Okay. So click color microflow inside the button, and we will create an ACT register like this. Register user will be better name. Click OK and OK again. And if we go to the security, let me check the anonymous user and which modules do we have a which user role. Okay, we have an anonymous user role here and we have a user role in the system module. Let me click OK and continue. So I will go to the register user microflow. We have an error here, so we need to provide a user role. Here we can choose anonymous, and we have an anonymous object which come from the register data view here, and I will use this object to fill my account entity. Okay, so let me save this, and I'm going to create a new object here, create a new object which will be a type of account administration account object, and I will set the properties of it. Okay, so let me put to here, and for example full name, we can say anonymous object slash name plus one space plus again anonymous surname. Okay, I will set it like this. Then I will set the email. This is going to be a mail like this. Let me set the other ones too. For example, we have actually duplicated the mail, and let me remove it actually from the account entity. I didn't realize that. Let me delete this one. Okay, the existing one will be enough for us. So control save and go to the microflow and open this one. So we didn't click OK, then it removed the previous attributes settings, and I will create again. Let me choose full name, again anonymous name plus space, and again anonymous surname. Okay, and let me copy this one, and let me set the email from here, and let me set a birth date, anonymous dot birth date, and let me set a gender, anonymous gender, and let me set a surname like this, and let me set first name, which will be name. Okay, and let me find a name which is important for us. Name will be the anonymous username. We will use this one for registration and the login. And go to password. We will get this one from here too. Okay, probably we have set all the necessary fields. So I need to assign a one user role for my new account. Let me retrieve from database. It is going to be a system user role entity, and I will select, and we have a special expression here, user roles. I don't know where it is. Yeah, here, that expression, user role, user role administrator, user role anonymous. I will choose a user role user to assign a user role to our new account, and I will get the first one, will be enough for us. Okay, and I will set the reference of the account object, which is here user roles, system user roles, I will pass this object to here. So that is simple, okay? So we haven't added any validation for our fields. We will do that in the next lecture, but we are trying to handle the registration process initially right now. And I will show a message here. Let me search for a message, and registration successful. Go to login page, for example, and click OK. And then user is going to be able to go to the login page. We can navigate user with the show page like this, show page, but I will not do that for now. Okay, and let me save this one, this microflow. Okay, and let me check, do we have roles? Yes. Then we should control, we already add the microflow. Okay, let me run our project and let me test what's gonna happen. Okay, go to VWAP. Let me close my Chrome extension. Okay, go to register. So the mail will be my name, for example, like this. Name can be Tariq, surname Subasi. We can choose a birth date for me, it doesn't matter. Mail, username will be Tariq again. And I will write a password. It should require some uppercase letters. So I will write something like this, Megadeth, and let's say something like this. I hope the Mendix will accept this password. So let me check this is going to be work or not, and I will click to register. Registration successful. Go to login page and click OK, and go to login with this password. Let me copy that, and I will go there. Let me write Tariq and paste our password to here and login. It says username or password wrong. Why? I write it again. Okay, after I check the microflow, we didn't commit the R user to the database. That's why we are getting an error. So I will do that again. So this is my mistake. I just forget to commit our object to the database. And let me save, and let me save and continue. Let me fill the registration again with same mail, same username. We can choose a birth date, gender, and we can give the same password and click register. Okay, it is successful. Go to login page, write Tariq and paste it. Here we go. We logged in with a new user. Okay. So for this lesson, I think that's enough. In next lesson, we are going to work on with the validations when we are trying to register our user. See you next lesson.